Oh my gosh. Kicking stuff here. I'm pissed off. I'm just kidding. No fluff, no BS, real talk. Episode 3. I've been meaning to film this for quite some time. I've had some things to get off my chest. I've been getting out with some buddies a lot more and just talking, so I guess I am getting stuff off my chest with that. But I can't forget about my YouTube crew, you know? You know what, first though, I just want to reflect on the past videos as well. I've been going through and creating shorts from the long form content. That's my strategy here on this channel. And my gosh, the amount of times that I swore in those videos, just how pissed off I was in those videos. Crazy. I was at a point where I just did not understand things. I was not understanding a lot of things, and I was trying to find understanding in my life and in certain aspects of my life within the things that I talked about in those videos. I want to try to calm the swearing down a little bit. It is me. I'm not somebody that doesn't swear. I am somebody that swears. I believe when I do, it really pulls from emotions in the moment rather than logical thinking. And I want to be more so on the logical thinking aspect than the emotional aspect. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. What I believe I titled this video like that as is I've done so much in my life to get ahead. You know, I've done so much to get to a better place in life, and I still feel like it's so far away. You know, what I want to accomplish in my life is just so far away. It feels like I've just been stuck. You know, it's like, do I keep working towards this thing if it's like never gonna happen? The thought, I'm like, you know what, if it's meant to happen, it will happen, you know, popped in my mind in regards to me thinking like that. You know, what is destined in your life will happen. You just kind of have to let yourself realize that, or else you're going to live a life chasing something that's not meant to happen. So literally, I wrote this note on Christmas Day. I was working overnight shift into Christmas, which sucked, by the way. But it was 1 a.m. Christmas Day. I sat there visualizing the next years and how Christmas will look like. Right now, I'm living at my parents' place, of course. Nothing wrong about that, by the way. Just a side note here. Nothing wrong of living at your parents' place still. Having your own place, having your things figured out, it's all romanticized. It's so romanticized in this world. Oh, if you don't have that, then you don't have responsibility, or whatever the case is. Whatever people want to push towards that. Sure, it's great and amazing if you have your own place. You're able to really do your own things, not have to worry about other people's opinions around you. You know, especially if family is the type of family that likes to, you know, put themselves into your things and, you know, whatnot. Whatever the case is there. I'm not sure how your family dynamics are. I go through some of that too, where I feel like people are watching over my shoulder and needing to have their own, 2 cents and opinions in there. You know, I go through that too. Don't worry about that. No, it would be nice to have my own place for sure. I get that. But you know what? I'm at a place where I need to grow and I need to build. And if you're able to, and lucky enough to be able to still be at your parents' place and be able to save and, you know, put money away and whatever you need to do to get to where you need to be, truly, then take that opportunity. You know, one day your family is going to be gone, and you're going to regret not spending the time with them that you could have spent with them. Just saying. The following Christmas from now, or from, you know, this past Christmas, like, will I still be at my parents' place? Will I still be living with family? Or will I blossom out into my own place for good this time? You know, I've been out a couple times, moved out twice now, and have come back to living at my parents'. So the next time I move out, is it actually going to be for good? Is it actually going to be something that I can, you know, hold and not drop and come back? What's going to happen? I don't know. And I think this, correlates into the unknown of the future and The unknown of the future it can be very scary, but it can also be the greatest opportunity of your life because it's time that has not happened yet. The future is time that has not happened yet. Think about this. You're basing your life right now based on everything that you've been through thus far. You reflect back on opportunities, you regret certain things you may have done, all this stuff. That should be what's actually scary. What's actually scary should be the past, because it's time that has already passed. It's time that you cannot take back. It's time that you wish you would have done things differently. That's scary to think about. When it comes to thinking about the future, sure, the unknown is scary, but it does lead into the opportunity of, hey, whatever has happened in the past, let me let that go. Let me build towards something better, something new. Let me build towards a new version of myself. Let me build towards a new career path, a new life in itself for myself in the future. And this is the thing. The future, sure, yes, unknown, scary, whatever you want to call it. But at the same point, it's time that has not passed. It's time that you have to change things up in your life. It's time that you can change these certain aspects in your life that just are not going well. It's an opportunity for you to grow, to blossom, to become better. It's time for you to research. Time for you to really figure out what it is that you want and just go after it. Don't let the past creep up. The past has passed. Don't worry about that. Focus on the now. Focus on living in the now. Live your life. Don't forget to live your life. But you have the opportunity now to focus on building something great for yourself. I recently had a little, I guess, a 2-week kind of fling with this girl, and we were going over this, and we had a conversation regarding what scares you the most, the past or the future. And she said future, and I said past. And she said why? And I'm like, I can't tell you. But I reflected on that, and that's why I'm bringing this up now. Because the future can be built. The past has already happened. You cannot build the past, but you can build from it. You can build from the past. Will I be in my own place? You know, like, basically I'm thinking ahead. You know, I'm 28 now, all right? And I'm thinking, when am I gonna move out? You know, like, when is this gonna happen? There's so many life circumstances that are not necessarily holding me back, but it just doesn't make sense for me to move out based on the life circumstances that I have. It just doesn't make sense. I'm thinking, like, what age will it make sense? When will that age come? Because I would love to be in my own place. What is everything gonna look like? What is everything gonna look like in the future? Like I said, it's unknown. What's gonna happen? I don't know. The beauty of it is that you have the power to create the future for yourself. You do not have the power to create the past because it's already happened. You have the power to create the future. You have the power to create where you're gonna be based on the actions that you take today. That's a beautiful thing. You have the power to grow. You have the power to get up and move to another city randomly. It does not matter what other people think. Unless you're literally stuck somewhere location-wise because of your own family, your own kids, whatever the case is. But you have to come back in the realization that your life is not other people's lives. Your life is your life. What are you personally holding yourself back from that you really want to do? What are you really wanting out of life? And are you able to obtain it now? Or at least little microdoses of that future now? Are you able to do that? I've come to the realization that I want to live life how I want, whenever I want. Thus, not working for anybody else. Thus, not be conditioned to any certain schedule. I'm able to wake up when I want. I'm able to work when I want. I'm able to sleep when I want. I'm able to do whatever I want when I want. You know, you have to figure out what you want for yourself and truly go after it, no matter what is occurring in your life, no matter what life circumstances are in your life. You have to work it around the life circumstances that you have. And life circumstances are not forever. They are forever if you don't do anything about them. Some things might be time consuming. And I get it. There might be literally a certain deadline until that life circumstance, with that life circumstance being in your life. Sometimes it does come down to a certain deadline, you know? Like, I'm kind of location based here because of, you know, the schedule that I have with my daughter, you know? Her mom and I are split, of course. I can't really do anything until she's however old that I can go and move to a different country, move to a different city, whatever I want to do at that time. I don't really know what I want, that's still stuff I'm figuring out for myself. I know what I want in my life, but where my life is going to be, what location I'm going to be based out, I don't know. I got to figure that out for myself. Again, the beauty of life is that you can redesign it whenever you please. You can redesign it and redesign it again and redesign it again. There's no limit to how many times you can redesign your life in your lifespan. Think about that. What will life look like in 10 years, 20 years down the road? Will it just be my daughter and I? Would I be alone? Would she be like, Dad, I don't want to live with you anymore? Who knows? I don't know how things are going to happen. But you just kind of have to let the things happen. You can't control how other people are going to be. You can't control what other people are going to think, what they're going to say, what their opinions are going to be. What you can control, though, is how you react to things. What your opinions are. What your actions are. You can only control what you do in life. Will I be on my own somewhere, What if my daughter gets old enough and she's like, hey, you know what? I want to live on my own. I'm like, okay, you do that and then I can live on my own. I don't know where I'm going to be, right? Where am I going to be? Will I have a partner at that time that's actually wanting to stay in my life? I don't know. Will I have a wife? Will I have more kids? Who knows? Who knows? But again, if it is meant to happen, it will happen. What's meant to happen will happen, so let it happen. I'm reading Mel Robbins' Let Them theory right now. The book is phenomenal. I haven't read in so long, and being able to get back into reading has been a blast for me. I don't know. I love personal growth. I love to grow each and every day. So reading this book is lighting me up. What other people are doing has no correlation into what you do for your own life. So stop being a little, I'm trying not to swear, stop being a little bitch and start living life for yourself. Finally. Start living life for yourself. See, I was writing this and coming into my own realizations when writing this. Like, who knows where I'm going to be, but I guess I have the chance to narrate whatever path I really want at this point. And the thing is that there's going to be different points. You're going to think different and have a different perspective on things at different points of your life. So it's all about growing and based on your life experiences, your own experiences. You can't live through other people. You live through your own life experiences, and if you're able to grow from each experience, you just end up changing your perspective based on things that you have been through. You change how you go about life based on the things that you have been through. You get to really understand how things work and how things work for you. Am I going to continue living the bachelor life, or am I going to settle down? Based on what I am wanting out of my life, it looks to be more so the bachelor life that I am headed towards. I just believe that where I want to go, if there is a partner in my life, they have to be absolutely on the same page of where I want to go in life. I am not compromising anything. I am not going to do that for myself. I've compromised too much in my life for other people thus far. And I'm not about to let more compromises affect where I want to be in life, affect where I want to go in life. Thus, if there is a woman that comes into my life that I will allow to stay, they have to be absolutely on the same page of where I want to go. Because I'm not going to say no to myself. I'm not going to suppress my dreams for anyone. That's just not something I'm going to do. But yeah, whatever comes, whatever happens in my life, this is what I wrote at this time, again. I just hope it's the right path, That's literally what I wrote. I just hope it's the right path. What is meant to happen will happen. I was pissed off before, right? I was trying to get a better understanding of my own self and what I really want out of life, because that's something that really dropped from myself. There was a point where I really knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted in my life. I knew everything that I wanted, but all those things ended up being materialistic things. That's what I reflected on, and that's what I figured out was, hey, it's all materialistic things. And over that time, I realized that material things are really worth nothing. Material things are not worth anything unless you hold a sentimental value from it because somebody bought something for you for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or whatever kind of gift or something. But even then, is it you thinking of, selling that gift or giving it away or letting it go that you think that person that bought it for you is going to disown you for doing that? Sure, they might, but you gotta let them. For me, in my own life and where I want to go, I don't necessarily want to settle. I want to be able to be in a different city every single month, a different location every single month, move from one location to the next, maybe spend a couple months at a time, maybe somewhere. Right now, that's what's kind of calling me. That's what's lighting me up. That's what I am wanting out of life right now. So I don't necessarily want to have to settle down and have to accumulate stuff to display in a home that am I ever going to host people in? I don't know. Maybe I might. I eventually have a place of my own. Right now the major thing, the biggest thing that I am building and after in my life is full on freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, everything freedom, and it's very hard to build for yourself. Is that freedom? Because there's so many things in life that try to keep you held back from that. But ultimately, it's you, if you are wanting to stay in the system of things, of what everyone else is doing, or take the path less traveled, the path that is going to help lead towards that. Eventually, yeah, there might be a time where I want to settle down. And there was a time where I wanted that, but I think it's because it's what my mom wanted from me. My mom wants me to find the right partner. My mom wants me to settle down. My mom wants me to, get married and have more kids. My mom wants that for me. But do I want that for myself? Maybe. I can only see myself wanting that if it's going to correlate with the freedom that I want in my life right now. But as time goes along, as I build things for myself to reach where I want to be, maybe things pop up. Maybe my perspective changes. Maybe my mindset changes. And that's what life is really all about. It's just all about growth. It's about finding, it's the biggest thing is finding who you are, what you are, figuring out what you want out of life, and just going after it. When it comes to a relationship, you have to have that individuality in it. You have to go after your dreams, they have to go after theirs, but there is a fine line of, hey, do our dreams and goals in life, do they match? Do they correlate with each other? Can we actually build together into our own respective individual dreams? In a lot of the cases in relationships, that is a no. What the man is wanting is different than what the female is wanting, and what the female is wanting is different than the man is wanting, of course. I believe I don't want to be held back by anything or anyone while I am going after the life that I truly want for myself. I am now doing things for myself in the now, not to the extent of what I want in the future, but little microdoses of it now, where I know that it is attainable. I know that it is not unreachable. I know that it is reachable because I can have little bits of it now. And, the moral of the story is do what lights you up. Do what you want to do for yourself. Learn how to incorporate a lot of what you want in the future now. Because at the end of the day, if you delay gratify everything, if you wait until that point, that time might never come. You literally might die. You might die. You might get seriously injured and can never have it happen. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You could die. Don't keep pushing things off. Take the action. Do the things that you want to do now, rather than wait until doing them later. Sure, you might not be able to do it as good as you may do it later, but you have to try to incorporate those things in your life now. And that's the thing, getting to do things, you get to really know what is meant for you and what lights you up and what excites you. So do more of that in your life. Huge advice I give to everybody.